story is sponsored by Plantenberg's Food Pride Store in Richmond, your fourth-generation locally owned grocery and specialty meat store where fresh food and customer service is still the way they do business. Plantenberg's custom meats and homemade sausage are regionally famous. Their special varieties of sausage and wieners are a delight to serve as a part of your daily meals or for that special holiday gathering. For generations, the Plantenbergs have been committed to providing quality food products that even Grandma would be proud to serve.
Hello, my name is Larry Lahr. I'm the City Administrator in Cold Spring, and thanks to DigElog, we're talking this week about the Old Glory Run. And the City's involvement with that project is fairly minimal. Certainly the Council is very supportive of that effort, and we're seeing the second annual this year. And there have been several positive changes, which I'm sure you're hearing about through DigElog, but I will talk just briefly about one of those. And that is really a related event to the Old Glory Run. Prior to that event, Cold Spring was working on what is known as a Yellow Ribbon Community Designation. And it's an effort that's been pursued by a number of central Minnesota communities in the St. Cloud area. And Cold Spring is part of that process. And I think in a great teaming up effort, what we're doing is apparently the proclamations for those communities pursuing that designation will be held as part of the Old Glory Run festivities. And so in many other respects, of course, that event is bigger and better this year, but that is one additional item this year that you want to watch out for, is that part of the whole process where they're doing that joint proclamation signing. In order to become a Yellow Ribbon designated community, really what it means in general, there is kind of some specific suggestions and some specific requirements, you might say, but really it's a matter of the community leaders being more open-minded and more welcoming to our returning veterans, and taking it a bit further even in terms of trying to do its part in order to make sure that there's a smooth transition back to civilianship for those veterans.
Hi, this is Dan Coughlin with the Richmond Update. I just wanted to share the good news here that this last week we were awarded yet another grant. We had a small cities development grant that came in. It was just a little over $206,000, and it's dedicated to businesses on Main Street. Can be used for updating storefronts, bringing kind of deficient code things up to speed, adding handicapped accessibility and things along those lines. So it's mainly focused on our business district, try and upgrade areas of Main Street that may need an additional boost that these folks didn't really have the money to do. It is a cost-sharing thing, so it isn't just a straight-up grant. There is some money that will have to be put up by the property owner, but it certainly will offset some costs if redoing a storefront or some signage or updating a bathroom to make it handicapped accessible. It'll make it much more affordable for business owners on Main Street. Also, here it's springtime and we get nuisance complaints here at the city, and a couple of big ones that have come in recently, again, as almost every spring. People who are now out and about walking their dogs, please be prepared to pick up after your dogs as you're walking them. There's been a number of complaints that have come into City Hall of dog waste that's been left in people's yards or out in the edge of the street and things like that. And we just ask that you be a good neighbor and make sure you pick up after your dog when you're walking them, now that the things are a lot warmer. The other one is just nuisance ordinance issues regarding property. Make sure that you mow your lawn, not leave random furniture and things like that and debris out in your yard. Again, just to be a good neighbor for the community. If you've got any questions about nuisance enforcement issues, feel free to give us a call here at City Hall and we'll try and help you with that. So that's it for the Richmond update this time around. Stay tuned for more updates in the near future.